Oh me, oh my, oh me, oh my. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, boy, oh boy, oh boy. For those who are not aware, the other No Man's Sky shoe has most definitely dropped. We are now this is now being recorded on the Friday of the week of release, and the PC version of the game is out. We're also starting to see a sustained flow of reviews from the gaming press, and as you can see on your screen, just, I know there are various reasons for both liking and disliking Metacritic, but what you see in front of you is pretty damn stark. The game is below 70 on Metacritic. Reviews are all over the place. Eurogamer gave it a recommended. Jim Sterling, whose opinion I hold in great esteem, gave it a 5 out of 10, which is pretty bad very bad in my book. The reviews are all over the place. The game is currently, as you can see in the image in front of you, is currently a 69 out of 100 on Metacritic, and the user review score is truly apocalyptic. Now, whether that user review score is as bad as it is from feedback from the user base in total, I don't know, because on the day of recording this, I'm recording this on the Friday, the PC version has been released, and to say it's been a complete and utter train wreck is a massive understatement. It makes the release of Batman Arkham Knight on PC, I think it was it the beginning, earlier on this year, I believe, or was it last year? I can't remember at this stage. But it makes the release of the PC version of Batman Arkham Knight look like a paragon of virtue in comparison. No Man's Sky on PC is apparently, it's got every issue you can think of. It's unstable. The frame rates are well below 20 frames a second on computers where people have very high-end i7 processors and dual SLI, 980 and even 1080 in NVIDIA graphics cards, and the corresponding equivalents from AMD. I mean, the performance is absolutely and utterly terrible. Really, really bad. In comparison, the No Man's Sky on PlayStation 4 is apparently averaging about 30 frames a second. So it just gives you an idea of how badly optimized the PC version of the game is. Again, this happened with Batman Arkham Knight. At launch, the PlayStation 4 version was by far the best. 1080p, 30 frames a second, plenty of visual effects. The Xbox One version below 1080p, but still pretty steady at 30 frames, decent enough performance. And the PC version, which seems to have gotten no resources for optimization, just like the Batman Arkham Knight, is a complete and utter mess. Low frame rate, crashing at launch, you name it, across the board. At the time I'm recording this, let's see here. At the time I'm recording this, the number of reviews on Steam for the game are in the thousands, and they are overwhelmingly negative. The user review, I found one positive thumbs up user review on the Steam store page for No Man's Sky, and it was basically because, I'll push it up there in front of you now, and you can see it for yourself. But this has been, it's been really, really bad. And the thing about this is, what's kind of sort of unique about this is that last time with Batman, it was Warner Brothers, WB Games. They're the ones who screwed up. It's a big, video game publisher. This time around, I think it is Sony, I believe, is publishing the game, certainly on PlayStation 4. But Hello Games is a small indie studio with, I think, a head count of like 20. How they'll survive the backlash from this, I honestly don't know. The game's been in development, I think, for, was it 4 or 5 years? It's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears on their part. The PC reaction alone, and again, the PC is the overwhelming, dominant, platform for indie gaming, is so overwhelmingly negative. And if the reports are true about like how terrible a state the game is in, that is completely and utterly understandable. If maybe it's something to do with the fact that it's such a massive world, it takes a lot of processing resources and memory, maybe the PC architecture isn't well suited to it, so you have to run it at low settings for it to get any acceptable performance at all with current hardware. If that's the case and Hello Games knew that before launch, then they should have set expectations. At this stage, considering, unless they massively screwed up and they missed something that's causing huge trouble on PC, then they must have known the PC version was in a terrible state when the PlayStation 4 version launched at the beginning of the week. And why in God's name they'd not delay the release is beyond me. I mean, as I said, Warner Brothers or even EA or Activision, they can survive the kind of negative feedback that this is getting, both in terms, certainly in terms of the PC version, for no other reason than they're big juggernauts publishers. They release a lot of games. You know, it'd be difficult for, you know, for the gaming population as a whole to ignore the people who make Call of Duty, or the people who make Star Wars Battlefront, or the people who make, well, the Batman games and other DC games to come in the future, not to mention the very good Shadow of Mordor, which I thought was a very good game, one of the best current gen games to date in my view, because of the various innovations there. But this is, you know, Hello Games is a small publisher, and they're, you know, even if they were to magically fix this at the end of next week, or even at the end of the month, they'll be getting it in the ear from the PC gaming crowd for the foreseeable future. I mean, it'll still be, you know, if they get in arguments with people, the fight back response from the people they're arguing with as well, well, you launched the PC version of No Man's Sky when you did, and it was a complete and utter mess. How long it'll take them to fix this, I do not know. If they're even able to fix it, I do not know. But this is, as I've said in previous videos, I was of the view that No Man's Sky was severely overhyped, particularly for what we'd actually seen of actual gameplay. Apart from the reviews, it seems to be very kind of MMO-like in terms of constant grinding on resources. What structured story and mission there isn't apparently very well written. I mean, the number of issues goes on and on. I mean, it appears to be that some people who like those kind of games, you know, and those kind of open world survival games, tend to really, really like it, and those who don't can't abide it. Jim Sterling is not a fan of the current state of those kind of open world survival games. I mean, it's one of the reasons why he gave it 5 out of 10. I haven't read the entire review, I just know the review score, just to be clear. But yeah, it appears to be quite a divisive game. Some reviewers really like it, some do not at all, and the PC version is a complete and utter train wreck. What this will mean, as I said, for Hello Games in the future, I do not know. But as of now, this is, you know, you know, unless they can fix things quick, you know, and get some extra stuff and functionality out there into both the PC and the console version of the game, you know, I think this is going to go down in the kind of annals of history as one of those, you know, kind of gaming catastrophe / not necessarily scandals, but certain. Well, the PC version is a scandal. The fact that they would release a version, unless they really, again, missed something pretty major in terms of a bug or hitch that would affect performance. The fact that they'd countenance the release of, I mean, for Hello Games, this is pretty, again, reputationally very, very damaging that they allowed the PC version out the door in the state it's in. So, yes, this will be one of those controversies that people will be discussing about at the end of the year when they're talking about the year in review, and I would imagine it'll go down as one of the kind of the big scandals / controversies of this generation of games consoles and this kind of generation of PC gaming. Anyway, I was thinking about buying the game, but again, it'll be the PC version. I'm not spending 60 quid for a game that's in the state this is in. And again, the reviews, you know, overall, the kind of, you know, it's not a bad, terrible game, but the, you know, it's at best a cold lukewarm in terms of the reviews overall. And I'll wait a few weeks, maybe a month or two, and come back and have a look, but I'm definitely not buying the PC version in this state and with the reviews the way they are. Anyway, my condolences to the boys and girls at Hello Games, and hopefully they get their shit together very quickly, because if they don't, you know, this is something that a small indie studio, they rely on the good faith and support of the consumer base to a much greater degree than the big monoliths do, and this could be very, very bad for them indeed. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'll respond to any statements you make. If you like this video, please like it, and if you actually own No Man's Sky, let me know in the comments what you think about it, and especially if you've played the PC version. And if you, as I said, if you like this video, please like it, and if you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do so. This is DeFub21. Not completely surprised by this, considering the kind of huge overhype the game has gotten for the last couple of years. Signing off. Toodaloo.